Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mastermind of Speak with Impact for entrepreneurs, sales, and real estate professionals. Welcome. Nice to see you, Melanie, Harcourt's Atlantic. What a stunning, stunning office. Nice to see you. Hello, Andre. Hi, Sheila. Welcome. We've got Frankie, Yulene, Anneline. Wonderful. Give it a couple more minutes. Let me know where are you dialing in from and also what industry are you in? Please go ahead and let me know where you're dialing in from and what industry are you in. We had over 60 people registered for this evening and only 7 here. So thank you to you for showing up and being here. Appreciate you. Thanks again also for having cameras on. It's lovely seeing faces. Feed off your energy. I see our Sheila's at the beach again. Lovely. State agent in Durbanville. Hi, Andre. Awesome. Nice to see you. Wonderful. Let me know where you're dialing in from. Okay, procurement and in Durban. Fabulous. Welcome to everyone. Got quite a few people coming in. Excellent. So let me know where you're dialing in from and what do you do? What profession? Life coach in Johannesburg. And that's even better to have the beach there behind you, Hashila, right? Love it. Love it, love it. All right, wonderful. So welcome to everyone. Excited you're here. I've hit the record button as well. Just give me a thumbs up. You can see my slides. Everything's good that you can see the slides here clearly. Fantastic. Yachting industry, Panama City in Panama. Lovely, Frankie. Love that. I have just actually worked with a whole yachting company in Mallorca as well. So that's exciting. And I myself spend quite a bit of time in the yachting industry in the Caribbean. So that's yummy. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy. And with our Sheila C background, I'm feeling quite at home. Brilliant. Lesejo's just joined. 90's just joined. Fantastic. So welcome to everyone. And I would love to find out from you, how many of you have to do cold calling, networking events, or sometimes just getting out there? Sheila's got her hand up, right? So I know for those of you in real estate, quite a lot of agents do cold calling, or alternatively, attending quite a few networking events. Yes, let me know. Frankie, Nati, Lesejo, Yulene, Anneline, Cheslin. Yep, in real estate, absolutely. And again, sometimes it's just about going to the local braai, meeting a group of people for the first time. Andre says, I hate cold calling. I'm yet to meet somebody that loves it, Andre. I think that's one of the hardest things, but yet the rewards can be so massive. So very excited that you're here. We're going to be together this evening for 60 minutes. I am also, as a thank you, going to send you an email at the end of today with a little brief of what we've covered today as well. So you can just sit back and relax. I am going to ask you to gift yourself this time of the next 60 minutes. So if you can, close those email browsers, turn your phone over. You know, they say, even if you give me 100%, you're only going to hear 40% of what I say. Scary, right? So just give yourself this gift of time. Well, like Andre said, I hate cold calling, that dreaded phone. And yet every time we need to pick up the phone, how often do our hearts go boom, 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 boom? Like hands can start to shiver, voice quivering. Well, that's often what happens. And yet, even when I need to do those cold calls, I often stop, set my feet apart, shoulders back, chest out, and I put my hands on my hips, stepping to my Wonder Woman or Wonder Man pose. Take a deep breath, just like I train and coach all my clients to do. And then pray when I pick up the phone that the person on the other side is going to be kind and nice and willing to speak to me. And most importantly, give me their email address so that I could hopefully stay in contact and work with them. And I just hope that the words that come out are clear and concise and not feel like I have plums in my mouth, where nothing comes out clearly. Well, my name's Nikki Abraham, and as confident as I may sound and speak, I often feel like I have plums in my mouth. I started in the hospitality industry at the age of 15 and spent 29 years working in hospitality, from South Africa to working on yachts, sailing across the world. I spent 10 years in the Caribbean running restaurants before moving back to South Africa and joining the Woolworths coffee shops. I started as a manager and then within 6 months became one of their trainers for the hospitality division and spent 14 years working as the national customer service head for the Woolworths coffee shops, leading a team of 8 regional managers. We had over 300 managers and 2,000 staff. Our restaurants, incredibly busy, and in fact, always running queues. So we never had to network or worry about that dreaded phone call or even attending to get new people into our network just because our restaurants were great. But after 29 years in hospitality, I knew I couldn't do this for another 29 years. And this is where this quote popped up into my life. The 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. And I was like, okay, what's next? Well, I've always been incredibly passionate about real estate, from having bought my own properties to selling them to renting them as well. And I thought, whenever I leave hospitality, that's going to be my next part of my life. And that's when I decided to make a choice, take a chance, and make a life change and join the real estate sector as a team leader for Keller Williams. This was 2019, and my role, training and recruitment. It was only a year that I found out that I really had to do cold calling, going back, growing my network, and again, learning that your network will define your net worth. And the fear of those dreaded cold calls. But somebody shared something with me called the butterfly effect. Of every time you pick up a phone or attend a networking function, speak to people like you would in a garden with a butterfly. Think about a butterfly. If you come from value, if you come from contribution, if you're coming from a space of calmness, people want to be with you and hear you. And like a butterfly in the garden, if you see a butterfly and you chase it with desperation, the butterfly will fly away. And that's when I decided every time I phone someone, I'm going to come from value, come from contribution. My goal being to get an email address so I could add you to my database and start building the relationship that you get to know, like, and trust me. And yet, every now and again, when I started chasing, the no's would come through fast and furiously. And sometimes it's just that gentle reminder, come from contribution and value. Because in order to grow your network, that's going to help you grow your net worth. And as much as we all want people in our network, it is about building that relationship. How often have you heard the terminology, your net worth will be an outcome of how many people you have in your network? Now, I know leaving the Woolworths coffee shops, I had a few hundred people on my cell phone, mostly staff members. And when I knew I needed to start growing my network, I knew I had to do those phone calls and the Wonder Woman pose and stepping out there in networking events, and more importantly, practicing communication, to speak clearly, to speak concisely, so that I could come from value and contribution and grow my network. So here it is. Every time you need to make that phone call, I always say, breathe in abundance and breathe out generosity. What can you give? How can you get people to want to hear you? So this is for you this evening. If you would like to grow your network and your net worth as well. And this is also for you if you want to become confident speaking to a client, be it one-to-one or one-to-many. And this is for you if you want to improve how you speak on camera, be it for reels or marketing. And this is for you if you want to improve your negotiation skills like a ninja. And this is for you if you want to speak with impactful confidence to win clients and close the deal. So let me know which one resonates the most for you. A, you want to grow your network and your net worth. B, increase or improve your speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. C, improve the way you speak on camera for reels or for marketing. D, negotiation skills like a ninja. Or E, you want to win more clients and close more deals. Let me know. A, B, C, D, or E. All right, Julene says D, negotiation. Andre, all 5 of them, C and E. Hashila says C, D. All right, wonderful. And whichever one you're here for, this is exactly what we will be covering. So if you've ever felt like you've had plums in your mouth, my goal for you is to remove those plums because it's not your fault. Often we struggle with speaking because it started back at school when you're told, go stand in front of the classroom and go do that oral. And often that's where the fear of speaking in public was born. And it's not your fault that we haven't always been taught effective communication to close negotiation deals. And it's not your fault that you haven't been taught how to grow your network. I only learned this in 2019. And it's not your fault that you may not be comfortable or confident speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. But I'm going to wave my magic wand and end this in the next 60 seconds, giving you a valuable tool that you can start using this evening. So I am excited you're here, and I want to share with you. I mean, I get this. When I was with the real estate company, I was only there for 16 months. 2 days before the president put the country in lockdown, our entire leadership team got retrenched. And immediately I started my own business. I was so incredibly grateful for my 16 months in the real estate sector, which taught me cold calling and networking. Because now, going into my own business, I needed to work hard and heavy to start growing my own business. And I'm proud to say now, 5.5 years later, I have over 18,000 people in my database, consistently working on my network and my net worth. So be it that you want to get comfortable speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, or maybe you feel quite confident in how you speak. But sometimes, like a washing machine on a spin cycle, going around and around and around and spitting words out endlessly, and sometimes we can talk ourselves out of a deal. So some of us have to slow down, other ones need to speak up. But when you learn how to speak clearly and concisely, it really is life-changing. So again, thank you for making the choice to be here. Thank you for taking a chance in listening to me. And let's hope this evening is going to make a change in your life that you deserve. So again, speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, I'm somebody, when I started my own business, I recognized my weaknesses and I thought, what else can I learn? 2021, I signed up for 10 different courses and continue to do that every single year because I so believe in investing in myself. But 2021, I signed up for 2 public speaking courses, one locally and one internationally. When I became a co-coach for the public speaking course in South Africa for 2 years. And with that, a Cape Town TEDx speaker coach as well. I have since launched my own public speaking course, helping people learn how to write their own talk for a keynote presentation, be it inspirational, motivation, or for business. And they can do a 7-minute talk without notes, 7 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. But when I launched this and I realized not everybody wants to be out there doing public speaking, how many people I've been working with. And over the last 5 years of my business, so many people were struggling with day-to-day sales. That's when I decided to launch Speak with Impact for Sales. So taking what I've learned, speaking on big stages and TEDx, simplifying it to my Speak with Impact for entrepreneurs, sales, and real estate professionals. This is my 60-second pitch. And to help you in the elevator, at a networking function, or a cold call, I am going to ask you 1 second. My dog has just seen herself in the mirror and going crazy. I just want to open the door. Give me a sec. Go out. Go out. Let's go. One of the beauties of being a foster failure with lots of animals. So keep them going. So as a thank you for being here this evening and just saying thank you for coming, I'd like you just to sit back and enjoy. I am going to ask you in the chat box, if you don't mind, dropping your email address. So as soon as I finish this evening, I can tag you, send you a gift, which is a 1-pager on tonight's simplified tool. So that way you can just enjoy. And you can either send it directly to myself or on the meeting chat. That's absolutely fine. It'll just make it so much easier that I can drop that as an email to you at the end of our session today as well. But there's an elephant in this room. I mean, I can only give you so much information in 60 minutes. So only with your permission, when the time is right, I am going to ask you if I can share more information with you about my Speak with Impact for Sales course, only if you say yes. For those of you that haven't worked with me before, go and have a look at what my clients have said about me. You can go onto the Winning Attitude Skills Training or onto Facebook and go and see what my reviews have said about those, or those people have shared that have worked with me. So at the end of our session today, I encourage you to do that as well. So let's dive straight in. Thank you for all those email addresses coming through. Fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there we go. How long does it take to create a first impression? Just let me know in the chat box. How long do you feel it takes to create a first impression? Okay, Melanie says a few seconds, 5 seconds. You guys are spot on. 7 seconds. 7 seconds to create a first impression. That means your energy introduces you before you speak. Most of the time, when people meet you, the first thing they do is look you up and down and already decide if they like you or not. That is the importance of the way you show up, the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. But how often do we think, well, I'm just going to quickly slip out to Woolies or the spa and we don't necessarily look our best? Yeah, I've seen it, people out there with their slippers or their onesies. Don't we always bump into a friend, a client, our ex? The importance of always dressing up and showing up. Secondly, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself with confidence, the way you speak clearly and concisely. Third, the way you carry yourself. And this shows up with reverent power. Reverent power is the energy that introduces you before you speak. Think about days that you're sitting in a tracksuit and you're just completely relaxed, kind of sit like crossed legs, chilled out on the couch, be it you dressed up to go out on a hot date with your partner and you're in those heels or dressed really smart, you just carry yourself very differently. And then the way you smile smile on your phone, smile to all your clients, smiling to everyone. These are small things that you can do to immediately change or shift that first impression impact within 7 seconds. Because the importance of first impressions is how people see you and perceive you. Now, I want to share with you what I did to try remove some of my plums in my mouth. Because often I decided, well, I need to get out there. I need to start meeting more people. And that picture of that girl with the plums was exactly how I felt. And I thought, like getting fit, you need to go to gym consistently, not just once. Let me start getting out there. Let me start attending networking functions. So a friend of mine invited me to an ABSA event in Century City. And when I got there quite early. I thought I'd spend some quality time with my friend, but she was really busy with her event. And when I arrived there, I was still quite early, and I was kind of just standing, waiting for people to arrive. And these women started walking in, one dressed better than the one in front of them. They were absolutely gorgeous. And I stood against the wall going, I should have worn those shoes. Maybe I should have done my hair. And I eventually was just like, I wish the wall would suck me in and spit me out to my car so I could go home. And I was like, hold on, you're not going to do this. You finally got up, you've got dressed, you've gone out. Go to the bathroom, close that cubicle doors, step into that Wonder Woman pose, take a few deep breaths and fake it until you become it and get out there and go and meet people. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm so glad I stayed because there were over 200 magnificent women there that evening. But on the stage that evening, there was a lady speaking specifically about networking. And she shared a very simplified, valuable tool, going, I am, I do, I can, I need. 4 simplified steps that you need to remember anytime you leave your house. And I quickly took out my notebook and I wrote it down quite vigorously. And I was like, all right, let me get this. Because if I just learned this that evening, that was absolutely well worth it. But how often do we have the opportunity to introduce ourselves? And it's very much South Africans, we're quite humble in not saying too much about ourselves because we feel like we're almost boasting. But if we can introduce ourselves with the simplified tool of remembering I am, I do, I can, I need, practicing to speak clearly and concisely, sharing the information we need to share, how different could our network and net worth look? And this is where she shared, as far as I am, it's as simple as just your name, who you are. I do, your profession. I can, how can I help you? What advice can I offer you? What valued information can I share? And if you're looking at this as a 60-second elevator pitch, the I am, I do is the shortest part. I can, what can I do for you? How can I serve? How can I help? And then lastly, the I need, again, what is that one goal, that one outcome? And hopefully it's to stay in contact with them for all future requirements. Now, I am, I do, I can, I need. I was quite blown away. And I came back and I started researching, reading books about networking, doing some studying about it, and I put together a whole different training program around it. And then I thought, well, let me get out there and practice it as much as I can. I started attending networking functions, networking events, and I was quite blown away at how many people used to introduce themselves, reading off their phone or a piece of paper, because they were petrified that they were going to mess up. And I was like, wow, if I can help people be confident just to introduce themselves, how different would their businesses look? Because when we have the opportunity to introduce ourselves, we have the opportunity to confide in people. What does the word confide mean to you? Let me know in the chat box. What does the word confide mean to you? Thank you, Andre. Trust. Exactly there. There we go, Hashila. Confide is trust. And the word confide comes from confidence. And when you have confidence, then you have reverent power. It shows up in your confidence. And in order to have self-confidence, you need to trust yourself. You need to trust your words and how you're going to share that with others. And if you don't have confidence in yourself, how will your clients have confidence in you? So I am, I do, I can, I need. I started working on this, and as I started getting out and putting this training session together, I was like, I'm really going to help people with getting out there and speaking. And then that's where my Speak with Impact for Sales was born. Now, when I launched this for the first time, I did the first session, and after 3 weeks, everyone on the first session had an opportunity to introduce themselves. It's a very small group. I wanted people to feel comfortable and confident. I said, go ahead and do your introduction. And then 3 weeks later, I said, don't you guys just want to send me a video, let me know how you're feeling? And I was just testing video skills and how everybody was feeling. But I want to introduce you to Sandra. And I was blown away at the difference she had made just in 3 weeks. Just give me a thumbs up, Andre, Hashida, and Melanie, that you can hear.
I've been in this industry for 15 years, East London, Knysna, Cape Town. I love challenges, and I love to improve in my craft. My name is Sandra Robb. I'm with Pam Golding Properties, and I've recently joined Speaking with Impact with Nikki Abraham, and I'd like to give her a big shout out for the course that she's running.
And that was just after 3 weeks. This is a 10-week course, but her improvement in 3 weeks blew me away. She is since now, this is over a year later. I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I am blown away at her daily videos, her putting herself out there. Previously, it just used to be photos. Now she does Facebook Lives, sharing little reels as well. Absolutely incredible. Effective communication can increase your net worth by 50%. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And often it's more than just seeing your photograph or more than just seeing your business card. It's about hearing you and seeing if they can relate to you. Learning the art of speaking can improve your day-to-day conversations. It helps you to think before you speak and process what you want to say. For those of you in entrepreneurship, it improves you as an entrepreneur just simply by giving you more confidence, helping you with your relationships with clients, colleagues, partners. It will improve your business. It will increase your sales. It helps you with communication around negotiations. And the difference between a manager and a leader is effective communication. Learning to speak clearly and concisely and improve your communication changes your life. Now, for somebody that was training for Woolworths for 14 years and then for real estate for a year, I was very comfortable and confident standing in front of people. But I can tell you, I was a full-on washing machine spin cycle, often going around in circles. And only once I learned these skills did I learn to slow down, the power of the pause, breathing before I speak, and these simplified tools that I share with you. So let me introduce you to Peter. Peter was in the same group as Sandra, and when we just started, Peter would not even look into the camera. I'd love to share and introduce you to Peter.
Good morning. I'm Peter. I'm from Umhlanga Rocks in KZN. The reason I wanted to do this course is I've had a bit of life history in that I have gone.
Hi, I'm Peter Moroney. I'm a property practitioner with Meridian Realty in Umhlanga Rocks. I wanted to share with you just recently, I've done a public speaking course with Nikki Abraham. I've learned some incredible skills that have helped me on a professional level. And to be able to communicate clearly and concisely and confidently and with impact makes such a difference in my profession. You know, whether I'm
Isn't that absolutely incredible? I'm going to share a little bit about Peter in a little while as well. So again, if you want to just help yourself speaking one-to-one or going and doing reels to speak one-to-many, how amazing would that be? So let's dive a little bit deeper on the I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, when it comes to the I am of being able to step out of the humbleness to actually just introduce yourself to who you are, so or who you're speaking to as well, it's starting off about taking a bit of time and jotting down all your accomplishments. So almost writing down a CV for yourself. And go back to school, go back to your sports, go back to your studies, your accolades, anything that you've achieved in your life, any business joys you've achieved. Now, it's not that you're going to go share this entire CV at an introduction or in the elevator, but it's more realizing your uniqueness, realizing what you've been through and your experience can help someone else. Often we're even focused on what we've achieved, but we need to be proud of what we've done and where we've come from. So the I am, being proud of your accomplishments. And when you share and you're speaking from your heart, your head, and your gut. So many people say to me, but Nikki, doesn't it come across as arrogance? The difference between confidence and arrogance is intent. If you're introducing yourself with the intent of coming across with just letting people know who you are, that is all we want to do. It's not about coming across with arrogance. And if you share something personal, a little bit about yourself, that also makes you relatable. I have my dog in my room with me, and sometimes I need to jump up and let him out. And some people like that and some people don't, but that's me, and I'm okay with that. And again, it's getting people to know, like, and trust you. You attract those that want to work with you, and you repel those that don't. And that's okay. But it's recognizing you can't change who you are. You need to be proud of who you are. Be proud of your experience. Then it comes to I do. Sharing a couple of sentences about what it is that you do. Again, speaking from your heart with passion as well. Now, often with the I do, it could also refer to what did you do before your current job? What expertise do you have? I'm currently coaching somebody at the moment who's on my course. And firstly, he'd come to my master classes 4 times this year. And he finally was like, I cannot believe I didn't sign up last year because what I've learned in 5 weeks has changed my life. But the biggest thing is he has 3 years expertise as an electronical engineer. Now he's joined the real estate sector and only been in real estate for 4 years. But immediately when somebody goes, I've only done real estate for 4 years, your confidence goes small because 4 years. Whereas in fact, 4 years is excellent. But when you share, I've got 3 decades experience as an electronical engineer, which helps me become the best agent because I can see exactly what I need to look for in the house that you're looking to call home. You're giving the confidence with your expertise and sharing that with your client as well. You're coming across with confidence of your experience. You're also identifying the value you can add. And so often we don't focus on our previous experience, which is the value we can add today. And I want to share this, but when I joined real estate as a team leader, I was then heading up 15 agents, which I grew to over 50. And I still remember my first day, my mentor said to me, you're going to go in front of the room and have a team meeting and introduce yourself. And I'm like, how do I tell them I've never sold a house? And he said, you don't focus on what you haven't done. You focus on what you have done. I had 29 years experience in hospitality, 26 years experience in leadership, 14 years experience as a trainer. Focus on the positives, not on what you don't know. Focus on what you do know, because your life experience is the value you can add. And again, here you're sharing your skills, your knowledge, and your strengths. So what can I offer you that you want? A few years ago, I was actually at a networking function with a very, very good friend who, ironically, her name's also Melanie or Milani, and she also lives on the Atlantic seaboard. And somebody said came up to us and they're like, okay, what do you do? And Milani went, oh, I'm in real estate. And then they went, okay. And then they looked at me and said, what do you do? And I was like, hold on, is that all you're going to say? And she was like, uh-huh. I was like, let me introduce you. Milani is actually an office manager of a prestige real estate company on the Atlantic seaboard. She leads a team of 15 agents and she helps them get into production and stay in production. She motivates them, she trains them, and she inspires them. She's absolutely excellent. And I know that because she used to work with me at Keller Williams. And in fact, she was my right hand, my left hand, and I couldn't have done my job without her. And Milani looked over at me and she's like, oh, that's so lovely. Will you introduce me wherever we go? Absolutely, if I'm there. But if I'm not there, who's going to introduce you? And that's what's important. So what can you offer your clients that they want? Then what can you do for your clients? How can I help you? How can I serve? Yeah, it's really important to ask really good questions to deepen that rapport. And when you're at a networking function, try and go a little bit like not be the first person to stand up. Because that way you can hear what other people are looking for and you can answer it in your I can part of when you're introducing yourself. But on the phone, this is where you ask those great questions. What can I do for you? How can I help? What is important for you? What are you looking for? How can I serve? And then when it comes to the I need, this is where we need to remember the butterfly. The I need part is the shortest part of our elevator pitch. What am I doing and what do I need? And this is where it's important for us to start small. If you're doing a phone call, what outcome do you want? Preferably to get an email address so you can add them to your database and stay in contact with them. Perhaps if you're at a networking function, it's to swap details so you could reach out to them and meet for a coffee. Perhaps you want to meet them for lunch and ask them some advice about their business. But it's all about strategically focusing on what your need is, but only starting with something small. Also, one thing, be specific about your ask. Sometimes people go, oh, connect with me. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Too many things. So say, my name's Nikki Abraham. Connect with me on LinkedIn. One thing. Boom. 20 minutes ago, I asked you for your email address. One thing. And not that I don't have it, because you've all registered. But I like to work smarter, not harder. And to go and find all your email addresses out of 60 is just quick to go, boom, 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 send the email done. I can go spend quality time with my hubby. So be specific about your ask. What is that one thing you need? And most importantly, always, always thank people for your time and keeping you in mind. I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, this is actually a full 90-minute session on my Speak with Impact for Sales. And I help you craft a 30-second cold call pitch, a 45-second networking pitch, or a 60-second elevator pitch. In fact, every time I go to a networking function, I do my pitch in 30 seconds. And people are so impressed because it's clear, concise, to the point that they all come up to me and go, we want to do ours in 30 seconds too. And it's as simple as writing it down, practicing it, that it comes out naturally and not rehearsed. Because there's nothing worse with a cold call where you go, hello, my name is Nikki, and I am so happy I can, you know, those ones that you can just hear their reading. We want to practice just to be authentically ourselves. So I want to go back and share a little video about Peter again, Peter is now recording on average 7 reels a month, if not more, and just dropping them and posting them. But have a look at what he's been doing.
Hi, my name is Peter Moroney. Now, creativity isn't just a skill. Creativity is actually my signature, and I use it when I do the reels, videos, and professional photography to market your property.
Small little 10-second video clips of value. But he shared this with me a couple of weeks ago, and he said, since doing Speak with Impact, I've completely shifted how I market properties. Public speaking has given me the confidence to get in front of the camera, and now I use it across, I use video across all my platforms, from house introductions, suburb reels, to more personal get to know you content. It's helped me build credibility and visibility in my farming areas, and I'm getting noticed by other agents and homeowners alike. As a result, I've secured a luxury development of 22 townhouses and 8 apartments worth over 150 million rand. Social media, supported by strong presentation skills, is proving to be a powerful tool. Now, taking this and just putting himself out there is amazing. Follow him on social media. Josh Parsons, the Camps Bay guy, is another one from Harcourt's Atlantic Seaboard. He also goes, gets a studio, records little 10 seconds, 20-second podcasts. He's also recently just recorded 7 little videos, and they also been dropped out there. These are things that you can do just by simply gaining confidence. And I have a few different structures that I share on my Speak with Impact course that helps you get confident with speaking on camera, as well as creative with these reels. So I help empower, I don't even want to say help, I empower entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders in business master the art of speaking, so you can communicate with confidence, sell with impact, and lead with authority. And whether it's just a one-to-one conversation, team meeting, or commanding a stage, my Speak with Impact for Sales course will give you the tool to influence, inspire, and increase your sales success with confidence. So I'm going to ask you right now, may I have permission to share more with you about my Speak with Impact for Sales course? Please let me know in the chat box. And just a reminder, I saw a few people came in afterwards. Please feel free to go ahead and drop your email address if you haven't yet done so that I can share more information with you. Thank you. Wonderful. So thank you for making the choice, taking a chance, and let's make the change your life deserves. So my next program launches on the 9th of October. It's 10 weeks and it's 90 minutes per week. Every single Thursday from 9 to 10:30. This is my last cohort for the year. I have done 10 groups this year. Currently, I'm working with a lot of private companies as well, with this exact same course, from web fleet management to all different training companies as well. So my next program launches on the 9th of October. Program components is all sessions are presented live, exactly the same way my webinar is presented right here. I like to work with small groups. It gives you the opportunity for airtime to build that confidence. Yet I do have people that come and go, Nikki, we don't want to be on camera, we don't want airtime, and they work with me one-to-one privately on the back end, and that's okay. You all walk away with the same empowerment tool at the end. All sessions are recorded. I always say show up live. It gives you the best experience and also to network with each other. But life happens, as well as repetition is key. So you have access to the recordings for 6 months after the course, so you can rewatch the course as well. Each session has a workbook, weekly assignments, and at the end, a certificate of attendance. So what this course covers is the first session, we go big into your big why, but more importantly, focusing on your 30-second pitch. So why do you want to learn how to speak? what is the reason you want to step into the spotlight? So it's about being completely clear on your purpose. Who are you speaking to? Who's your audience? And also your strategic objective. So you learn the essentials of speaking with confidence and speaking in public. Session number 2 is focusing on words having power. And here we simply silence those doubts and empower our voice. One of my goals for you is to help you fall in love with your voice. Because how often do we go, I don't love my voice? Who here loves to listen to their voice? So my goal here for you is to fall in love with your voice, to have clarity in what you're sharing and gain confidence. You know, I was actually thinking the other day, we could pretty much do like facelifts or what were plastic surgery for every single part of our body, except our voice. So if we don't love our voice, who's gonna? So here we go. Let me share what Justine
It's
said.
helped me gain confidence when I'm working with people, when I'm speaking with people. I just feel so much better and know what I'm doing and what I need to say. And I actually know my goal. When I'm going to speak to people at a networking, I'm not half as frightened as I was. And I know, again, exactly what I need to say and when I need to say it. So thank you, Nikki, and thank you, The Winning Attitude.
Thank you. So Hashila, you'll be recognizing a lot of these ladies from Go Getters as well. So session number 3 is the art of the networking, your creative pitch. So what we covered this evening, but in a lot more detail, where you specifically practice a 30-second cold call, 45-second introduction, or the 60-second elevator pitch, as well as I give you an exercise and a tool to make it so much simpler and easier that it doesn't have to be a big anticipation of what you need to do or anxiety at all. And in fact, you're quite excited to start making those calls. Tony, who joined one of my groups, he actually had just started real estate when he joined and is a pastor in church. And he said to me, you know what, Nikki, I don't have a problem with confidence, but I speak so fast and I cannot stand the way my voice sounds. And it was so beautiful was by the end of this course, he fell in love with his voice. He slowed down, but it's also helped him so much in his real estate business. Listen to Tony.
Hi, Nikki. I would just like to thank you once again for the course that you presented to me about 3 months ago. You often used to speak about a 60-second, a 2-minute. Didn't quite understand what it was all about until I went into a BNI meeting as a visitor in the beginning of May, was called to do a 60-second, did it very easily, confidently. In the meantime, I've joined them. So little do I know you were preparing me to join BNI. So I want to thank you for that, and gave me a lot of confidence in my talking and to be able to talk clearly. And so I'd just like to say once again, thanks a lot. And I truly appreciate your course. Keep on, Nikki. Bye-bye. Hi, Nikki.
And it's messages like that that just makes me keep wanting to go on and on. I love it. Session 4, Beyond Words, how do we speak on camera? And that can come from speaking right here, right now, looking at a webinar and presenting yourself on a webinar, from picking up your phone and doing a little reel. We're currently running a challenge where we're doing video notes with our clients as well. But it's all about being confident to pick up that camera and send out a message. So that is session number 4. Session 5, you spoke about Tony said something about the 2-minute talk. This is the art of storytelling and how to captivate your audience with a hook, a story, and a call to action. And again, a great way to introduce yourself to people, specifically if you're part of, like they speak about BNI, which is a business networking group, and they meet every single week. So you don't want the same pitch weekly. This is a great session to help you with that. Session number 6. So we cover a lot. The first 5 sessions is all about verbal communication. Session 6 is non-verbal communication, the power of body language on and off camera, and the importance of utilizing body language in a positive. Session number 7 is the disc profile. If anyone here has worked with me, I use disc in every single course I offer, specifically because in this course, it's firstly understanding your personality, but then being able to read your client's personality from the first introduction, from the phone or an email or face-to-face, and then how do you shift your speaking to win the client and close the deal, and understanding the disc profile with confidence. Session number 8, we cover impromptu speaking. In fact, we do quite a bit of impromptu speaking throughout the course. So it's how to master thinking on your feet. This is also about written communication, the 7 C's of communication, and how to win your clients and close the deal through clear communication. So Robin Leanne, when she started, was so incredibly shy. Now, confidently, she's on camera again, doing incredibly well on Facebook and with her clients.
Hi, Nikki. I just had to share this with you. I've just signed 3 deals recently after completing the Speak with Impact course with you. And I know your training played a big role in helping me. So it's really been a game changer. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I think, Melanie, you said you were Harcourts Atlantic. So Robin Leanne is Harcourts in Langebaan and doing incredibly well. So this course covers your introduction, your big why in 60 seconds. Stepping into the spotlight, your journey begins here. Speaking with impactful confidence, the essentials of speaking in public. Silence the doubts and empower your voice. The art of networking, your creative pitch. Art of storytelling, how to captivate your audience. Creating impact with your clients, doing the disc with confidence. Beyond words, the power of body language on and off camera. And how to win your clients and close the deal with the 7 C's of communication. So this is 8 sessions, each of them 90 minutes long. Some of them, the disc profile is 2 hours, jam-packed with value, plus a couple more masterminds. So money aside, if I said to you this was free, if I could help you, just what I've shared and what you've seen from the testimonials, speak clearly and concisely with confidence, that will increase your network, your sales, monthly commissions for those of you on commission. Let me know in the chat box who would want to work with me. Yay, Andre! Like, yay! Andre, I recognize your name, and I've seen you. Have you got boards out there in Durbanville? Are you on signboards? Recognize that name. All right, let me know who would want to work with me. If money, there we go. Anneline, thank you. Melanie, yes, thank you. Melanie, I'm not sure if it's Melanie or Melanie. So thank you so much. Yes, if you're cheap. Well, we can do a trade. I mean, I'm very happy if you don't mind. Are you in property EXP? So you can list anywhere. So I'm happy if you list my property if you're cheap. So let me introduce you to Anya. Anya also I met at a networking function just over a year ago, and she stood up to do an introduction selling wellness products. And I was the keynote speaker that day. As soon as I finished my keynote, she came up to me afterwards and she's like, I want to do that. I want to do just that. We met for coffee and I said to her, all right, come and join me. Let's work together. And this is her difference of just sharing her elevator pitch, her 60-second pitch in 4 weeks.
I'm very much an introvert, so it's a bit tricky talking in front of a whole bunch of people, but I'll do my best. So we started looking into natural products that promoted cell-to-cell communication. We've decided, like, people like, so that they are able to reach retirement and be healthy and live and not end up dying before they get there. That's our retirement. So my name is Anya, and I would like to help people bring their bodies back into balance so that they can make it to retirement and get to grow old with their grandchildren. Every garden I walk through, every rose I see, every sandcastle washed away by the tide, a constant reminder of you. Each day I walk past your empty room thinking, you should have been here with us.
4 weeks, learning simplified skills. So again, go and have a look at what other people have said. If this is something you're considering and you're like, let me find out more about Nikki, go and just type in the Winning Attitude Skills Training or Nikki Abraham in Google and go and see what other people have said. So be it that you just want to get more comfortable speaking one-to-one or get off that washing machine, this is for you. So you can have a choice. You can do this the same speed you're doing it and do it slow, or you can come and work with me and get there really fast. Now, I love action takers. I love to work with people that are ready to dive straight in. So for the next 24 hours, this is bonuses for all the action takers. This is my Go-Getters Business Mastermind. That's part of what Hashila's doing as well. So it's something, this is a bonus for 10 weeks. It's something I've been running since last year. And it is a 30-minute powerhouse session every single Tuesday morning, focusing on weekly goals and holding each other accountable, celebrating wins and networking, because we have almost 40 incredible people in all different industries in our group. And with that, we get an opportunity to practice speaking, networking with each other. So this is Accountability Mastermind. Plus, the second bonus that you also will get is a all my slides are going crazy. You will get an on-demand training session, which is finding your voice with AI, creating captivating content. You will also get handling challenging clients using a simplified tool, communication tool, 6-step process using the BLAST principle, which has converted 95% of my angry, unhappy clients into loyal customers. You will also learn the art of negotiation, communication, as well as master the art of goal setting and time mastery for unparalleled success. All these additional bonus on-demand training sessions, as well as 2 live masterminds with myself. And those masterminds, I help you, work with you, crafting and giving you honest, valued feedback that you can get out there and start growing your network. So the value of all these bonuses that I'm sharing with you, the Go-Getters Business Mastermind, finding your voice with AI, handling challenging clients, art of negotiation, communication, art of goal setting, time mastery, and the masterminds, and the course valued at 7,997 Rand. So total price is 20,568, not what I'm charging you, Andre. And I have to also let you know that everyone that has now completed the course, when I've asked them what are they valuing the course at, is over 12,000 Rand. So when I launched the course, the value at the beginning of the year was 7,997. I can tell you that this is the cheapest. You will see the course now because it's already increased 3 times this year with the demand. So the price for 2025 is 4,997 plus all those bonuses. I do also have a payment plan option that I can share with you right now, but this is the launch price, and for 5,000 Rand, 4,997 Rand, if all this did is give you confidence to help you grow your network and grow your net worth, could it be worth it? And if all this did was help you get out there and record some more reels to grow your business, would it be worth it? So from there, here are the payment plan details as well. So we have a once-off payment plan, a once-off payment of 4,997, or you can do a 2-month payment plan at 2,797 or a 3-month payment plan at 1,997. I will also be sending you an email shortly. And should you just want to go, I can't do it right now, but I'm in, I just want to reserve my seat, I will give you a link whereby I'm just dropping it there. I will give you a link. You can drop R1,000 deposit to secure your seat as well as the bonuses. And then we work on your payment plan as long as it's paid off before the end of the course. So the email, I will give you access to that. So if you're in, but you don't have all the money right now, but you want to secure your seat, that is something I will offer you as well. There are limited seats available. I do small groups so that you gain your confidence to fall in love with your voice. So there we go. So grateful for having you here. But, oh, where's my slides going? They've just gone. They've just gone, Andre. What have you done? There we go. So my name's Nikki. I am a public speaker strategist, a TEDx Cape Town speaker coach, and a leadership extraordinaire. And I love helping you find your voice by speaking clearly, concisely, with impact, and most importantly, falling in love with your voice. Are you ready to say yes? I am ready to start working with you. So there we go. Action takers, there we go. Secure your seat for R1,000, and I'm going to leave this right over here. I have dropped the link in the chat box. If there are any questions, please feel free to either raise your digital hand or ask away in the box. If anybody would like to try their I am, I do, I can, I need, let me know. I would love to hear from you. And again, thank you for joining. I hope you can walk away with something this evening and just simply go practice. I am, I do, I can, I need. But more importantly, I hope you're ready to put your hand up, say yes, and come and do it the winning attitude way. Is that a high five? Are you in, Andre? Are you in? There we go. Fab. Half and half? Is that a half? So, yeah, right. Do the payment plan. Get on board. Trust me, it will take you to the next level. Not that you're not there already, but if it can help you gain confidence, fall in love with your voice, make the difference, go and reach out to this. I've got quite a few EXP agents I've worked with. So reach out to them as well. Go and read the Google reviews. Join. I think I'm having a look there. I've got 8 seats left for the 9th of October. That's it. 8 seats remaining. So thank you to everyone for being here. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. Lovely to meet you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening and see you soon, 9th of October. Thank you. Bye, everyone.